they fumbled part 1 of the 7th anniversary. Now, I'm sure you guys saw the reveal trailer. You guys saw the live stream and all that. I was live for the reveals. You guys were probably there. We got a W, 7,000 viewers. That was a new record, by the way, which is pretty cool. 7,000 viewers, 7th anniversary. Thank you for that. But this reveal, man, I don't remember last time I was this disappointed for a reveal. Now, before we get into all the bullshit about this reveal, let's address the good stuff, right? Now, first of all, the character selection itself is pretty solid, right? You know, transforming MUI Goku, transforming Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta, transforming Kaba, tag Kale and Cauliflower, no synchro gauge, just to point that out. The character selection is not bad, so right off the bat, it's not bad, right? Another thing that's pretty good is right here on the screen. It's kind of covered with my face cam, but we are getting triple Z power for the first time since Legends Festival 2021. Not aware, Legends Festival 2021 is when they released the first ever tag unit, the Blue Boys, and they dropped this triple Z power. All that together, the hype and everything about that celebration, it's still considered one of the greatest celebrations of all time in this game, right? So the fact that they're bringing this back for the first time ever since then, like 4 years later, it's a pretty big deal, and that's a huge W. It's a huge W. And then 39 LF characters in this lineup. Like, you can get a lot of stars on your older LFs and even maybe newer ones depending on what kind of LFs they put. So that's very, very good. Another thing, of course, is the animations. Now, I will say Vegeta's animations they're all right. They're nothing crazy, but MUI Goku's animations, they went crazy with it. That, like, he has arguably one of the best animations, some of the best animations in the game, straight up. Animations are really good. The tag Kale and Cauliflower animations are really good. Kaba's animations are really good. I'm just a bit disappointed on the animations for Vegeta, but, you know, it is what it is. There's a lot of bonanzas going around. They're dropping a lot of CC, which is really good, so some pretty good stuff you would expect for anniversaries, right? And then there's all the bullshit. This was a 52-minute reveal, okay? 52 minutes. When did they start showcasing the characters? At 15 minutes, they started showcasing the characters, okay? 15 minutes. Until, like, around here. So 20 minutes of character reveal. It's pretty good. It's pretty standard. It's quite long, honestly, for just 4 characters, 2 of them which are sparking units. You could tell they actually just, for some reason, they usually don't do this, but they actually went into detail on their whole kit. Usually they would show you like little increments of their kit, not the full kit itself, but they really spent a lot of time talking about their kits, which I mean, it's fine. We don't really care about that. 20 minutes of the 52-minute reveal was about the characters. After this, they start yapping about some collabs, some bullshit here that we do not care about. We don't care about this. This reveal was long for no reason. 52 minutes for what? Not to mention, these characters were leaked. Which brings this reveal down even more. These characters were leaked, and they still wasted our time with this reveal. Now, a lot of people, myself included, were hoping for something, just something. Maybe the leak was intentional. They had something planned. They had something saved up. But no. There was nothing. There was nothing. Not another third character. Not an ultra that could be split on both banners. Nothing. Instead, we got this. Don't forget to add the hashtag to your post and you get a free emoji on Twitter. A free X emoji. Who cares about this emoji? But let's ignore the emoji for a second. The biggest, and I will say the biggest problem with this is not because it was leaked, not because there's only 2 characters or whatever, but there's nothing new about these characters. 6th anniversary, what did we get? Why was the 6th anniversary regarded as one of the best part 1s ever? Or straight up the best part 1 ever? The character selection was amazing. Gogeta, Blue, Super Vegeta, literally the 2 most hyped characters ever. The first ever synchro gauge, first mechanic, newest mechanic ever. They fuse into those characters. That's beautiful. New mechanic, new gameplay, everything is nice. Everything's beautiful. This 7th anniversary was hyped up to be the greatest anniversary ever. They dropped the biggest update ever. They increased the RAM. That RAM increase, I don't know where it's allocated to. It clearly doesn't mean anything at this point. They hyped this all up. They even prior to entering this the character reveal, they were going on about the Legends history, going through the entire history, 2025, 2023, all this bullshit. Went through the entire history of it. And then even this trailer, they were hyping it up, showing how Dragon Ball is all worldwide and all this bullshit. And what did they give us? Nothing. I made this tweet here talking about the reveal. This is strictly the reveal itself. This reveal is a bigger L than Legends Festival 2024, considering how hyped up it was and the fact that it was leaked. Now, if you just look at this picture without the caption or anything, without no context, you would say like, whoa, Rose, I mean, honestly, even without any context, you look at this VB and Rose, that's pretty hype, right? But obviously, you'd say like MUI Goku, SSB Vegeta, probably better than Rose and Vegeta. Actually, I don't even know. I don't even know if the character selection are better. MUI, I would say, is better than all three of them. But you might say I hate Vegeta, but like Super Saiyan Blue Evolved Vegeta is lower than these two as a character. Like, don't get me wrong. I know Vegeta is like the second most popular character, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. I don't think he's more popular than these guys. I don't think he's more hyped than these guys, personally speaking. But everyone hated this festival, specifically the part 1. Part 2 is good. Part 3 is good. They specifically hated this part here. You know why they hated it? Because it was simply 2 transforming units. Nothing special about them. No gameplay, no new mechanics, no new gameplay, nothing. Animations were decent, but nothing crazy. And they hated this part. They were trashing this part non-stop. And I'm sure the producers of this game saw this. They saw the outrage on this part 1, and they took note that this was terrible, right? So what did they do? What do they do for their greatest celebration ever, their most hyped up anniversary ever? They do the same thing. They do the exact same thing. This was a big worry when we saw the leaks and how they showed that it was just 2 transforming units. People were already getting flashbacks to part 1 of Legends Festival, and they were already scared, they were nervous, they were not excited already. But there are some people, myself included, that are hoping that there was something that they could do to redeem it. But no, they didn't do anything. Nothing. They did the same thing, transforming units, that's it. No mechanics, no nothing. Now, I did mention that MUI Goku, he looks cool, right? But a lot of people were expecting an Ultra MUI Goku because obviously the anniversary pattern, I'm not going into that anniversary bullshit pattern. I'm honestly tired of hearing it. It's just annoying. But we were expecting Ultra MUI Goku, right? With this transforming MUI Goku, he's obviously not going to be the Ultra anymore. So there's going to be some other Ultra. And at this point, any Ultra outside of MUI Goku would be a downgrade in terms of expectations of what we're getting, right? Now, usually they do drop like a transforming version of a character before their Ultra. It seems like it at least. Actually, scratch that. It's not really always the case. It only happened with UI Sign Goku where we got the revival one and then we got the Ultra. Like, I would have been fine getting a transforming MUI before the Ultra if it didn't take 3 years since his last iteration. We got the first MUI during the 4th anniversary, and they waited 3 years to drop a transforming one. If they dropped it maybe like 2 years ago or even a year and a half ago, then they could have lined it up with an Ultra for this anniversary. I would have been fine. But they waited 3 years for a transforming MUI. When are we gonna get the Ultra version now? When are we gonna get the Ultra version now? In another 3 years? 10th anniversary? Like, are you kidding me? Like, what is that? So now whatever Ultra we get is going to somehow be a downgrade unless they drop double Ultras. They have to drop double Ultras somewhere in this anniversary. There's no way we don't get 2 Ultras. We've only had 1 Ultra this entire year and we're halfway through the year. I don't know what they're thinking, man. How do you look at Legends Festival 2024 and do the same shit again? How does that make sense? Can like someone explain to me what was the purpose of the big upgrade, like the big update, Legends Reborn, Dragon Ball Legends 2, all this bullshit for what? What was the point of that? What was the point of that? Does anyone want to explain to me what the point of that was? Like, I don't get it. Now, if you just look at this without any sort of context, like, this is a fine anniversary. Triple Z power, transforming, like, all this is fine, but it's just a combination of everything that's happened prior to this anniversary and during this reveal. Massive hype up for it to be the biggest anniversary. Big update that increases everything about the game, performance-wise and animation-wise, gameplay-wise, everything that they somehow did not utilize at all. Like, I'm sure they could have done these animations even before this update. Like, come on. We got Super Saiyan 4 Goku from Daima that has animations on par with this. LF animation specifically. Outside of that, like, MUI Goku has better animations, but like his Daima Goku's animations are crazy. All the others we got prior to this anniversary, they had pretty good animations. Like, don't get me wrong, they were pretty solid. So you could have honestly made this character even before the update. So I don't see how they're utilizing that update whatsoever. Lack of new gameplay, new mechanics is the biggest part, man. It's the biggest issue. It's the biggest issue. And then the leak. Not to mention this reveal was fucking long for nothing. Literally didn't reveal anything of substance, in my opinion. All that combined together makes this probably one of the worst reveals ever. I'm not gonna lie. It makes it look like one of the worst reveals ever. When I was streaming, there was so many people telling me like why I'm complaining. Why are you complaining? There's literally nothing to complain about. Those were the comments that actually fucking pissed me off. This community would never be satisfied. Dog, I hate these motherfuckers with these type of comments, man. Stop being okay with mediocre bullshit. Like, what are you guys even talking about? That we're never satisfied. Like, what? Why are you guys saying this? Why is there even these type of comments? Oh my goodness. What? I'm ending stream. I don't want to see these fucking comments. It's actually gonna piss me off. There's no way this community is gonna never be satisfied. Oh my god, I'm already pissed off. I fell for his rage bait, guys. Nah. You're getting mad over nothing. Shut the fuck up. You're stupid. Holy shit. Yeah, I'm ending stream. Yeah, fuck this shit. All right, see you guys. Like, how are you just okay with accepting this mediocre bullshit? It just makes no sense to me. It actually pissed me off, man. Like, that was fucking stupid. So other people were also saying like, yo, they still got part 2, part 3 to cook. Like, yo, they could still be saved or whatever. But you guys don't understand that part 1, in my opinion, is the most important part of the celebration. Part 1 and part 3 are important together, right? But I would say part 1 is a lot more important, because you want to start off your anniversaries with a bang. You want to start off with a bang. You also want to end it off on a bang, but you want to start off very strong. And the fact that they already used up MUI Goku means they're not going to have MUI Goku for part 3, which is going to slightly bring it down, in my opinion. So if they were going to slightly bring down part 3, they had to majorly compensate in part 1, and in my opinion they didn't. But who knows, man, who knows? Maybe I'm exaggerating, but clearly it's not. I'm not exaggerating. A lot of people share the same sentiment all over Twitter, even during the live stream and stuff. A lot of people were not satisfied. So I'm definitely not the only one that thinks this. But you know, you guys can let me know. Are you disappointed with the reveal? Are you content? Are you happy? Are you satisfied with the reveal? What would you even rate this reveal out of 10? I honestly would rate it like a 4, maybe. Like, 7th anniversary, my biggest anniversary ever, and this is how we start things off. Dokkan players were eating during their 7th anniversary. That shit was fucking amazing.